Welcome to math class. Before I forget, do we know what date it is today? June. What date? Dates are numbers. June the 3rd. Good. Do we know what day of the week it is? Yeah, it's Wednesday. I'm going to write it here because I have no space. It's Wednesday. Good one. Remember for your English spelling. Capital letter, capital letter. They are the names. It's like Kim, right? Like John, like David. They're the names of things. These are the days of the week or the days of the month. Okay? So, very fast, let's go to a mental math. Okay? Remember, you can go stopping the video. It's up to you. You guys have the easy job. You've got the video there, you can go pausing it. You decide how you do it, okay? The only thing is to give some time, give yourselves some time to answer the exercises, yeah? And then you put play again and you can check your answers. We're going to go changing a little bit our mental math, okay? Today we're going to go by tens, okay? So it could be easy for some of you and maybe not so easy for others, okay? But it's going to be just by tens. So they're going to be closed numbers, okay? Yeah, the numbers are always going to finish in 0, okay? No units in the number. So, let's go. 1, 300 plus 50. 2, 270 plus 40. 3, 890 plus 30. 4, 900 minus 60. 5, 70 plus 70. 6, 810 minus 100. 7, 710 plus 200. Wrong symbol. Number 8, 810 minus 200. We're only going to do 8 today, okay? So I'm going to repeat our mental math. Number 1, 300 plus 550. Sorry, 300 plus 50. Number 2, 270 plus 40. 40. 890 plus 30. 900 minus 60. Number 5, 70 plus 70. 6, 810 minus 100. Number 7, 710 plus 200. And number 8, 810 minus 200. Very, very important, and the biggest clue for these things is to identify and to locate the operation they want me to do. It's not an invention, okay? It's not what I want to do. Oh, I like adding, so I'm just going to add. No, if it says minus, you have to subtract it, right? Okay, now is the moment where you guys pause the video, or if you're done, excellent, you just let it roll, okay? So 300 plus 50. 350. 270 plus 40. 310. 890 plus 30. 920. Number 4. 900 minus 60. 840. 70 plus 70. 140. 810 minus 100. 710. 710 plus 200. 910. And 810 minus 200. That is 610. The same as I say always, and I'm going to repeat it forever. Okay? Forever and ever. Yeah? Make a tick if it's okay. If it's wrong, you make a cross, and then you write the correct answer. Okay? Good. Okay. Now, let's go to our next part of the class. We're still in math, okay? We're still in math. As we saw yesterday in class, we saw something that is called rounding. Yeah? Rounding. Right? When we put the number and we round it to the nearest 10, to the nearest 100, to the nearest 1,000, to whatever we want. It's to make an estimation. It's an approximate. It's not an exact number. Right? Yeah? So, let me go and make my number line first. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're just going to do it from 1. Okay? Now, if I am here, if I am standing in the 7th position and I need to round it to the nearest 10, is 7 closer to 10 or is it closer to 1? It's closer to 10, right? So then I would say something like, I've got 10 sweets. I've got 10 students. Us in year 3, this is a good one. Us in year 3 are 9 students in the class. We are 9 students plus 1 teacher. But you guys are 9. So when I talk about you, I say, I've got 10 students. Do I really have 10 students? No, I've got 9. But it's an approximate. It's for people to understand what I'm saying. Right? What about if I'm here? Number 6. Is 6 closer to 10 or is it closer to 1? It's closer to 10. So again, I say, I've got 10 pairs of shoes. Maybe I don't. Maybe I've got 6, maybe I've got 7. But it's not an exact number. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you what I showed you yesterday as well. remember this one? Yeah? Do you remember these ones? I'm not a very good drawer, but you'll understand what I'm doing. Yeah, what are these? Yeah, they're crocodiles, right? Now, I'm going to complicate things for you just a little bit. If I've got 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh, I've got no space. I think I made a mistake here, look. I think it started from here. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Let me make it longer. 29. Okay. 28, 29, and 30. This is my bridge, right? I'm going to choose another color. So if I'm standing here, this is me here on 22. Yeah? Remember, it's an approximate. It's here in my house, if I look around, I've got 10 chairs. Between the chairs, the sofa, and other things, I've got 10. Yeah? If I'm on a bridge, and underneath there is a river with crocodiles, and I need to choose a side to run to. Yeah? Because if not, I can die. I'm standing on the number 22. If I have to run, is it closer to run to 20? Or is it closer to run to 30? No, you can see it right there, right? It's closer to run to 20. So I round my number, I estimate my number. I round it to 20. Yeah? Because shorter to run to. I know we're not really running to, right? I'm sure some of you think, but numbers don't run. I know numbers don't run. It's a way to explain, right? To see which one is closer. Now, what would happen if I'm here on 25? Well, miss, 25 is right in the middle. I'm right in the middle of 20 and of 30. So where do I run to? Always in rounding numbers. If it's 5 or more, we round up. We round to the bigger 10, right? So here, instead of saying 25, I've got 30, yeah? I round it to the upper, to the next 10 that I've got there, okay? Yes? Good. Now, something very similar to rounding is what it's called estimation. Estimation is also an approximate, right? We know numbers, we know about numbers, yeah? So, if I show you this, remember, try to imagine what I'm drawing because I'm not a good drawer. Okay? So, if I've got a box or a jar or a pot or something, yeah? And I've got candies in it. Let me draw my candies for you. And I've got lots of candies in here. Got lots of sweets. Right? Lots of sweets in my pot. Full of sweets in my pot. Full of sweets. Okay? My estimation for this pot. First of all, you have to look at the pot. You look at the information they're giving you. Okay. You look at the drawing. You don't need to count them. Not for the moment. Estimation is a more or less number. So I would look at this one, I would say, I think this pot has 15 sweets in it. It's a random number, more or less close to what I can see. Okay? So my estimated number, Miss Kim said 15, more or less. Then if I need the real number, I would have to go and count them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 12, 13, 14. My real number is 14, but my estimation was 15, yeah? It's a more or less number. It's an almost number. It's not exact, right? But if you look at the things, you're able to know more or less. An estimation also is when somebody says, for example, there are more or less 100 children, 100 boys and girls at Chartwell. Maybe there are 80 exact. Maybe there are 120, right? But if one says, yeah, more or less, there are more or less 5 teachers in Chartwell School. Well, in primary we're 6, but it's an estimation. It's a number that's not that far from the real number. It could be further away. I could say there are 20 sweets. There were 14. It's an estimation. Okay? But if I say, oh, in that jar there are 200 sweets, and the number is 14, it's way over, right? It's way past. Estimation, more or less numbers that are not that far from the real number, okay? We're going to carry on practicing this 1, 2, 3, 4 times during the year. Don't worry. Yeah? Short break. Back to science. No, history. We had science on Monday, Miss Kim. Back to history. Bye.